How do you see this negotiation? Do you see some result?
Regarding Ukraine or
Regarding Iran?
What was positive was that U.S. and China agreed that the Strait of Hormuz has to be opened. Of course, now is a question what can be done. China has the influence over Iran, so hopefully they will do the reach out to Iran to open the Strait of Hormuz, because also considering the topics that we have today, it has a huge impact on the most vulnerable in the world. When it comes to Ukraine, we see that the peace talks are being stalled. I mean, there's nothing really happening there, but at the same time, we see that Russia is not in the strongest position, and we need to push so that they come to the negotiation table. And also China, that has a close relationship with Russia, has a role there to really convince them to stop this war.
You have some updates from Ukraine. I know you did it last week, but maybe some information when it will be delivered.
The first tranche of this loan should be delivered in the first part of June. So we are working on that. All the conditions are already in place, and it should be reimbursed then. Yes.
About the spoke before about initiative, humanitarian initiative in the Strait of Hormuz. We saw that this kind of stopped or left behind. Is there no political willing for that? Why it has not been developed to a real initiative concerning the fertilizers and the humanitarian corridor in Strait of Hormuz?
That is the complicated part, because on one side everybody is saying that freedom of navigation is non-negotiable, which means that it has to be free and open, the international waterways for everybody. Now, if you set conditions that something has to pass, then you're already going into this agreement that limiting this passage is somehow legitimate, and that's why that's the difficult part. So we are really trying to push and convince all the players that the freedom of navigation must be honored, because we see other straits in the world that could be weaponized a similar way, and this is not in the benefit of anybody in the world.
We see that these negotiations in a deadlock between the U.S. and Iran, threatening all the time and accusations. Are you presenting any exit strategy, while some accuse the United States of not having one?
Well, the problem is that this is between U.S. and Iran, and they don't really take in any kind of mediation or help in this regard. So we don't have much leverage over both of them. Of course, we are in constant contact and saying that, we should at least agree on the first phase, stop the attacks and open the Strait of Hormuz, and then, we can go from there to negotiate actually the hard topics. But it is very difficult, and eventually U.S. has to agree with Iran. Thank you.